In the heart of the big ocean live the souls of ancestors who have not left the world of man. The ancestors give the sorcerers a power, the mana, which enables them to perform wonders. It was wartime and the island was surrounded by enemy boats. Our ancestors were going to be massacred. The sorcerers of the island united all of their powers and dug up a breadfruit tree to make a boat, but they gave the boat the form of a shark. They all slid inside and the trunk came to life. The shark overturned the boats and devoured the invaders. Ambrym is the Black Island, an island of volcanoes and magic. The sea is not a hospitable world for the Melanesian people. They are peasants and live off the land. For centuries, they have turned inland rather than towards the ocean. The Melanesians, however, came from southern China by sea. They colonized the Pacific Islands, wandering in their pirogues at the mercy of the winds. Many died, others came to a new land, surging up out of the immense ocean. The island is volcanic, and its coasts sink deeply into the waves. Fishing here has always been almost impossible. Koran, however, is a fisherman. The Vanuatu is in the Pacific Ocean between New Caledonia and the Fiji Islands. Ambrym is one of Vanuatu's 40 islands. Until 1980, the archipelago was called the New Hebrides. It became independent and took the name Vanuatu, meaning our country. People here see the world as an ocean and the islands as stars. Their space is reduced to the lands they can see. Beyond, the sky dives into the waves and blocks the horizon. It is the domain of the spirits. For everyone here, the length of the world is limited, but its depth infinite. It stretches vertically, and at the bottom of the water live the Yarimus, the spirits of the ocean depths. Koran fishes for vivanot, sometimes called chicken fish, which live between 200 and 300 meters deep. It's difficult to feel a fish biting when you're using 300 meters of tackle. At the slightest quiver, you have to bring up the line. For the past few days, Koran hasn't caught anything. It's as if there were no more fish around. The use of reels is recent. The pirogue is traditional. By associating these two techniques, Koran can use a new resource which nobody else has used before. The reel, however, is not a common object, and Koran must use it to penetrate the unknown parts of the abyss. The spirits which haunt the bottom of the sea are dreaded, and for fear that they will hear you, their names are seldom mentioned. Only the sorcerers know how to talk to them. Fishing in this strange and haunted world holds many surprises for Koran. Here, Mother, look what I caught. They haven't been biting for days, and today I brought back just a head. I don't understand what's happening. The sharks don't usually eat my fish. There's a spell on me. It's magic. You must talk to the inland people who live near the volcano. They say that the volcano speaks to them from the world of the spirits. Tomorrow I will go to the sorcerer Magenok. He will talk to the spirits and ask them why the sharks won't let me fish. Magenok lives alone in the forest. He's an inland person. He's part of the strength and power of the forest, a man of magic. The sorcerers of Ambrym are renowned throughout the archipelago. They are feared and respected. They belong to secret societies. Each sorcerer has a rank obtained during ritual ceremonies, which corresponds to the knowledge of sorcery he has acquired. I came because yesterday I caught a fish, and all that was left was his head. The sharks had eaten it, and for several days I haven't caught anything. Listen, Koran. You must climb the volcano. The volcano is a great spirit. It will reveal the reasons for the bad luck that weighs upon you. Fishing with a reel is not part of our customs. You have disturbed our ways. Once we are up there, looking into the volcano's mouth, I will speak to it. Don't be afraid, I will be there. I am the sorcerer of the volcano. Entering the forest means entering the mysterious world of the earth spirits. It's rare to venture here alone. Although there are no dangerous animals, there are little evil spirits with long hair and hooked nails. The Ambrym volcano is still alive. It gets angry often, and its eruptions threaten our villages. Before, everything was green here. The lava flow destroyed all the plant life. We cannot just take any path. This is the path of the dead. After death, the soul goes to the world below, through the mouth of the volcano. We, the living, must take another path to reach the crater. To show that we have not come to challenge the world of the dead and that we respect our ancestors, we will give the volcano a green branch as a sign of submission to the sacred force of nature, which is constantly reborn even after destruction by the volcano. We must thank the volcano because it helps our land to become fertile again and because it allows us to stay in contact with our ancestors. Volcano, give us an answer to Koran's problem. May my questions enter you, and if you would, Volcano, give me your answer. The volcano has answered, but only a truly great sorcerer can interpret the response. The greatest sorcerer in Vanuatu lives on the other side of the island. His name, Chief Tofor, evokes terror. It is said he practices witchcraft and magic beyond anyone's imagination. A number of villages have to be crossed, as well as coconut groves to reach the other side of the island. The coconut tree is the tree of life. In addition to producing coconut oil or copra, its trunk and its leaves are used to build huts. The nut also provides milk, and its pulp is chopped up and used for all sorts of dishes. In everyday life, the huts are used only for sleeping and as shelter from the rain. The floors are free of grass to show that there are sure places, as opposed to the forest where wild vegetation is uncontrollable. The village of the great sorcerer Tofor is still organized in the traditional manner. As a society with rankings, power is not handed down from father to son. Each sorcerer is promoted to a higher rank during traditional ceremonies in which pigs are sacrificed. Today, all of the men are participating, just as their ancestors did, in an age-old tradition, making a monumental drum. The drums of the island of Ambrym are ritual instruments. They transmit the prayers of the living to their ancestors. They intercede for the living with the spirits of the sky, the earth, and the sea. It takes more than 2 weeks to make a drum. The sculptor works alone behind an enclosure shielded from curious eyes. He wears his ceremonial costume, cock feathers, and around his neck a ritual pig's tooth reshaped into a circle, a sign that he is highly ranked in the village society. Traditional courtesy requires Koran, when he meets someone on the road, to say where he is coming from and where he is going. In Vanuatu, the road always leads to an ally. Just walking on it signifies that one is seeking someone's protection or help, since customarily the men never leave their village. Tofor is a great sorcerer and a great man. He is an exceptional personality because he is both a social and spiritual leader. He has the highest ranking of anyone throughout the archipelago. I'm very worried. I went up to the volcano with the sorcerer Maginuk. The volcano said that the ocean spirits were angry with me. I came to see you because you're the keeper of the sacred rites and you're in contact with the world of our ancestors. The Yarimus spirits? The Yarimus are in the sharks. And the sharks prevent you from fishing. I don't know what to do. You've got to help me. Your fishing is not traditional, and the Yarimus spirits do not like that. With your reel, you spend every day in their space. The resources of the ocean are limited, and you must respect these limits. Sharks are merely the ritual instruments of the ocean spirits. In the past, when sorcerers asked the Yarimus for help, the power of the spirits was embodied in a shark. This dreaded animal killed all of our enemies. You have committed a fault. You did not try to find out if the spirits would permit you to fish or not. You must ask their forgiveness with a ceremony and the sacrifice of a pig. That is the custom. I have spoken, and that is the way it must be. In Vanuatu, traditional transactions are paid for with pigs. Tofor decides how many pigs are needed for a ritual. The size of the teeth determine the value of the pigs. They grow in spirals and can reach 2 full circles, although that is rare. The pig is therefore a great pig. He is given a name, and he becomes renowned throughout the region, making his breeder proud of having succeeded through a combination of technique and magic. During the ceremony, a new drum will be placed on the nakamal, the space where the men meet and eat together. The men welcome the drum with singing and dancing. This new drum will be sanctified by Tofor and will take its place among the others. The drum is implanted so that its wood remains alive. Here, man is also like a tree. He is rooted in one place. Man cannot live or die or be buried far from his own land. The first beats of a sacred drum go directly to the ancestors. They carry man's wishes, those of Koran and the others who came to see Tofor. All rites are carried out in the same fashion. The men work on dances in secret and reveal them afterwards. The drum is the only instrument. The dance is entirely based on rhythm. The men hit the floor with their feet, making as much noise as possible. Koran, the sacrificed pig and the drum have carried your request to the ancestors. They will intervene with the Yarimus spirits. The drum on the Nakamal is the living proof of your desire to be able to fish in the water around our island. You may return home now. When this volcanic island emerged from the water, it was barren. The birds, the wind, and the ocean currents carried seeds which gave birth to trees, flowers, and nourishing plants. The forest became dense and lush. Man came to live on the island, bringing his own cultures with him, and soon realized that this hospitable land could also be dangerous. On this island, where cyclones and volcanoes are a constant threat, man has learned to respect nature because he knows that its balance is highly delicate. This respect and this knowledge of the land that shelters him is what man calls the custom. A story has been born, Koran's story. It will become a legend. We will remember his miraculous fishing for a long time to come. The sorcerer's power, the mana, gives man the ability to reconcile himself with the land and the spirits who live on it. Here, the custom is alive and constantly renews itself. The custom was there in the beginning, and it will always be there. It can never die.